All right, let's go ahead and get started here. For some reason, it's not allowing me to un-camera myself. Um, but hopefully that will get sorted out. We can go ahead and start in the meantime. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وأفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين وعلى أصحابه الغر الميامين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين اللهم اجعل منهم اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا متقبلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. We begin by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We thank him. We acknowledge that he is the only one worthy and deserving of all praise and thanks. We ask him to shower his most complete and abundant blessings and protection upon his noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, upon his noble family, upon his shining companions, and upon all of those that follow them until the end of time. We ask Allah to include us from among them. We ask Allah to teach us what will benefit us, to benefit us through what He has taught us, and to increase us in knowledge and accepted actions. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. How's everybody doing this morning? Alhamdulillah, doing well. All right. So our schedule for today, we are going to start off as we usually do with our weekly quiz. If you did the practice questions from 2 weeks ago, hopefully this should be a breeze. After that, we will go ahead and jump into our new last topic under Mudari' today. We will be covering Majzoom and getting a little bit of practice on that. And that should bring us to the end of class, basically. So hopefully by next week, inshallah, I'm hoping we can start a brand new topic. Brand new. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Similar to what we've seen in the past, we are simply translating from English to Arabic. Read the English sentence carefully and then translate it into Arabic. Again, you do not need to write the question down. Just write down the Arabic and make sure to vowel your answers. Mhm. You can assume male because there's nothing indicating that it's female. What do you think? That's not. Let's take 5 more minutes to wrap things up. Few more minutes to wrap this up. All right, let's wrap things up, get things turned in. Everybody from in-person got them turned in? Yes? All right. See how our online folks are doing. I have received one from online. So everybody else, make sure you get yours in within the next minute or two. If it's not in by 8:03, it will be late. All right, let's go ahead and pause this recording and jump into some answers. Okay, let's go ahead and continue through our journey of mudari' verbs. Zooming back out and doing a quick recap of where we are in the world of i'rab. We have covered two types of verbs so far, present/future tense verbs, aka al-af'al al-mudari'ah, and past tense verbs, al-af'al al-madiyah. We talked previously about the fact that madi verbs are mabni. Who can quickly explain to me what mabni means? It does not take a state. It does not experience i'rab. Who can explain to me what's the difference between mabni and mamnu'un min as-sarf?
Mamnu'un min as-sarf experience all three of these states, but doesn't show it clearly.
Good, very good. The difference is that mamnu'un min as-sarf verb or words do experience i'rab. They just don't show i'rab sometimes in the most clearest, obvious way. Whereas mabni words do not experience i'rab at all. Mudari' verbs, on the other hand, are mu'arab. They do experience i'rab. The three states a mudari' verb can experience are raf'un, nasbun, and jazmun. All the conjugations for mudari' verbs that we have covered before the midterm were marfu'. The section that we just completed was mansub. Now all that's left is majzoom. Jazm of mudari' verbs. The following is a non-exhaustive list of particles, huruf, that will make a mudari' verb majzoom. First, we have lam. Lam. Fatha on the lam, sukun on the mim. Lam. Then we have lamma. Lamma. Fatha on the lam, shadda and fatha on the mim. La. Li. Kasra on the lam. And in. This one also has a little tune to remember all of them. Lam lamma lali. Lam lamma lali. And then you kind of just have to remember in. Just like how you kind of just had to remember hatta. Lam lamma lali. All right.
I sing that to my daughter on continuously.
All right. We'll go through examples of each of these and what they mean in a bit. Let's first talk about, though, how to make a mudari' verb majzoom. Oh, whoops. Did not change this title slide. How to make a mudari' verb majzoom. All right. Step one, identify which category the verb conjugation belongs to. These are the same categories that we've covered with mansub. Category one, the conjugation ends with the last root letter. Quickly, what are those conjugations?
Cool. Yeah. And-
Ana and nahnu. Good. Category 1, we should be able to list like that. Huwa, hiya, anta, ana, nahnu. 5 verbs in category 1. The conjugation ends with the last root letter. Category 2, the conjugation ends with a letter plus a noon. Quickly, what conjugations are these?
Woman, woman, anti,
Anti,
antuma,
antuma,
antuma again,
antuma again,
and antum,
and antum. Good. I think he mentioned homa already. Good. So category 2 is all of our duals, all of our masculine plurals, and anti. All the duals, all the masculine plurals, and anti. And then category 3, feminine plurals, only 2. What are they? Hunna and antunna. Good. So once we have identified which category the mudari' verb belongs to, we're going to follow the category specific rules. Category 1, if the conjugation ends with the last root letter, I'm going to put a kas. Whoops, why does it say kasra? Sorry, this is wrong. I'm going to put a sukun on the last root letter. Category 1, I'm going to put a sukun on the last root letter. If it's in category 2, the conjugation ends with a letter plus a noon. I'm going to drop the noon. Category 3, feminine plurals. I do not do anything. So what do we notice right off the bat with category 2 and category 3? It's the same thing as mansub. This is where folks get a little bit confused. Category 1 is very easy to tell the difference between a mansub verb and a majzoom verb because one will have a fatha on the end, one will have a sukun. Category 2 and 3, though, are going to look exactly the same as they would if they were mansub. So the way I am going to determine the difference between a mansub verb versus majzoom in these 2 categories is based off of my harf. Good. I have to know what harf I'm using. I have to know what harf is having the impact. If it's an lan ke, then it's going to be mansub. If it's lam lam malali, it's going to be majzoom. So context and harf is going to help me determine the i'rab of my verb in category 2 and 3. Okay. Stated differently, if the conjugation ends with the last root letter, put a sukun on the last root letter. If the conjugation ends with the letter plus a noon, drop the noon. Both feminine plurals will stay the same. So this is how my chart looks in the majzoom i'rab. Yansur, yansura, yansuru, tansur, tansurat, yansurna, tansur, tansura, tansuru, tansuri, tansura, tansurna, ansur, nansur. So if you were to look at this chart and the chart that we had in the previous slides for mansub, only these 5 boxes, our al-af'al al-khamsa would be different. Only my category 1 verbs would be different. Everything else in the chart looks exactly the same.
I'm just curious, like, why couldn't it be that the majzoom puts the kasra on the last root?
Why couldn't it be that it puts a kasra on the last
like
root?
just the rule, like, is there? Like,
Yeah.
it would just be so easy.
I know, yes, it would be easy. So the kind of like very nitty-gritty theory is that if you look, once we cover the amr, you will learn that the amr is derived from the majzoom form. That's kind of like a principle. and we'll get there when we get there. But the amr ends with a sukun because the amr kind of is like the command form is like supposed to be a little bit punchy, you know? So that's why it ends with the sukun, and it's like a offshoot of majzum. So that could be one reason. At the end of the day, it's kind of just like perhaps the Arabs just decided it would be that way. I don't have like a super strict answer other than the fact that it is an offshoot of amr. So the relation of those two, we're gonna see that over and over and over again. Majzum and amr are correlated. So perhaps that's one of the reasons. All right. Any others on just the how we make things majzum and what it will look like when it is majzum? Good? Okay. Let's look at each of our huruf in turn. Okay, we're going to go on a lot of tangents today because there's, I think, some concepts that will be easier to go through if we cover them now, but I'm not sure if you guys have covered them previously. So our first harf, lam. Lam, the meaning of lam is a little bit confusing because lam is a harf that only comes in front of what type of verbs? Mudari' or verbs. But the meaning of lam is past. So lam means past negation. Past negation. Did not. So correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys have not covered any type of negation at all so far. Okay, so we're gonna quickly go through a little bit just so that you guys are exposed. So lam plus, this is a formula I want you guys to memorize. Lam plus mudari' equals ma plus mali. Lam plus mudari' equals ma plus mali, in the sense that both of these give the same meaning of past negation. So let's look at some examples here. Lam ya'kul. Lam ya'kul. He did not eat. This sentence is exactly the same as ma akala. They both mean the same exact thing. He did not eat. So it's one of those things that you kind of just have to mentally shift in your brain, which is that a mudari' verb, when it is used with lam, it will mean past negation. That's just the way it is. Even though it's being used with a mudari' verb, mudari' generally means present/future. When it's using with lam, it means past negation. Lam yakul ma akala. He did not eat. Past negation is our definition of lam. All right. Next. Lamma. Lamma is not yet. So lamma implies something that has not at this point in time presently happened yet, but it will take place in the future. So not yet. So if I want to say, لما يدخل البيت. They both did not yet enter. The house. Or stated differently, kind of a little bit closer to how we usually speak in English. They both did not enter the house yet. So what's the difference between the previous did not and this did not? Right, we have did not here. We have did not here. The difference is that the previous one is simple negation. This did not happen. Whereas lamma implies that it is going to happen in the future. When you say yet, they both did not enter the house yet. There's like a implied, but they will at some point in the future. It's going to happen. That is lamma. Next, any questions on lam or lamma? Okay.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
For lemma, can you just translate it as when they enter the house?
So how would I translate lamma yadkhul al-bayt?
When they both enter the house? Such and such.
No. So you might be thinking there's different types of lamma. Lamma can mean when, but that's not the lamma we're talking about here. The
Okay.
lamma that is a harful jazm that will make the following mudari' word majzum will very specifically mean a past negation with an implied future occurrence. Past negation with implied future occurrence. So it cannot simply mean when in this context when it's being used as a majzum verb. Because when doesn't have a negation piece. Like when they enter the house doesn't mean like it doesn't have any of the same meaning as they both did not yet enter the house. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when lemma is being used as a harful jazm, it will have to mean not yet. Yes.
You write that harful jazm? You write it so
Just that word, yeah.
Yeah, so I spell it correctly.
Okay, so it's gonna be referred to as harful jazm for lemma, and then the category you could think of as al huruf al jazima. All right. Lam and lamma. Let's go ahead and move on to our next one. Next harf is la, which is prohibition. Don't. Nope. Yeah.
It's not, it's marry because, why isn't it marry? Sorry. Isn't the with me, isn't, am I not the maf'ul bihi?
Ma'a is not a verb. So
Oh.
the noon added is only used with verbs.
Oh.
So talking to a feminine singular, la tajlisi ma'i. You feminine, don't sit with me. You had a question, Arisa?
Is it only used for, I guess, like telling someone like don't do this, or can it also be used to just like negate their present tense? Like la yuhibbu, like they don't love.
Yeah, so that goes back to our like 20 plus types of lam. This lam, which makes a following mudari' verb majzoom, will be prohibition. It has a specific name. This is called lam and nafiya. Sorry. Lam and nahiya. Lam of prohibition. What Isa just described is lam and nafiya, which is lam of negation. Lam of negation has zero impact on i'rab. It does not make the following mudari' verb into any other state. It stays marfu'. Whereas lamun nahiya, prohibition, will make something majzoom. Let's just do a quick tangent here. La tajlisi ma'i is prohibition, don't sit with me. That would be very different from you are not sitting with me. You see how we're using the same looking harf, but one is making it majzoom and the meaning changes to prohibition. This one is not having any impact. Tajlisina stays tajlisina, no i'rab change, and so the meaning will thus change as well. Instead of prohibition, now it's just simple negation. You feminine are not sitting with me.
How is that not an command?
Command is proactive, to do something. So it's a little bit interesting. I think the way that the book categorizes it is that the book, actually, what page is this section on in the book? I think 79, something like that. Anyone wants to correct me? I believe the book has a separate chapter for this. They don't include it in majzoom. 47, sorry, it's on page 47. Yeah. If you look at the book, interestingly, they don't put lam here in this list. They have in, lam, lamma, and then li. And all of these are the same. We'll talk about that in a second. They clump la with amr in the same chapter. So you'll see it taught different ways, but they're going to teach you the same exact thing, which is that it makes the following mudari or verb majzum. Since we are covering all our majzumat here, that's why the lam is included here. But you're right in the sense that they both have the same imperative meaning of ordering someone to do or not to do something. But we're just covering it now since it's a majzum.
The one on the right, you are not
Mhm.
sitting with me.
Mhm.
Is that just a statement of fact, or does it still have some sort of like command in it?
No, zero
It's
command.
just a
Yeah.
statement.
It's khabar. It's pure khabar. It's just information. You are not sitting with me. Like, that's the way it is. There's no implication of do or don't, should or shouldn't. It's just a statement of fact. Whereas la tajlisi ma'i is like a order. Good. We good on lam, lamun nahiya. Prohibition. Don't. Okay. Last one, and then we'll take a break. Actually, no, we have two more. Li. Li is a bit more complicated one. It's not, but it has more rules attached to it. Li. Li depends on which, oh, sorry, I forgot to mention this with lam. Because this lam of prohibition is a don't, what does that mean about which conjugation this will be used with?
Sorry, say that one more time.
Because lam of nahiya, prohibition, don't, is a prohibition, it means don't, you're forbidding something. What does this necessarily mean about?
Won't be used with them.
Oh, it won't be used with huwa and here.
Yeah, it's used with second person. Used with second person.
And not for first person, not for.
So 1 second, used with, sorry, used with second person.
You can't use
So
that
this
with-
is, so it's generally used with second person. It does not mean that it cannot be used with third or first.
Mhm.
This is more of just a commonly, usually, generally, it will be used with second person. So the vast majority of the time you'll see this, it will be used with second person. Commonly. All right, let's move this one down a little bit. Li. Okay. Li depends on which conjugation you are using this with. If you're using it with, actually, let's phrase it this way. It can either mean command or encouragement. Command or encouragement. So when I use li with the third person, it's going to mean should.
Mm.
Actually, it's li yashrab. ليشرب الماء. He should drink the water. Let's try to make it second person. When it's used with second person, it's command. Make this second person masculine plural. Let's do that. And then when it's used with first person, it goes back to the encouragement. Encouragement, suggestion. Okay. So we have three separate categories, three separate sentences based off of what person we're using. Generally speaking, the third person and the first person will be encouragements, whereas the second person will be a command. But I want to simply flag or alert you that these categorizations are not static. There are examples in the Quran where you have a lam that's being used with a third person and it means amr. And you have times where it's being used with a second person and it's meaning encouragement. So this is like the general breakup, but it's not super like stringent that if it's with third person, it automatically means it's not a command. I don't want us to understand that. Third person, it will generally be an encouragement, but that does not necessarily mean that it cannot be a command that is understood from that. Yeah.
How do you command third person? Like what, how do you translate that?
How would you command the third person? Yeah, so you would use still this lamul amr, and instead of he should drink the water, you would change the should to must or something like that, has to. Yeah. So you would the apparatus is still the same. For commanding the third person, you still use the lamul amr. It's just that generally speaking, it will mean
The Arabic is
should.
gonna recall this.
The Arabic is gonna,
Context is gonna define if it's a should or a must.
yes, exactly. Mhm. All right. And then the last piece with li to keep in mind is that when then let's just title this. This is called lamul amr. Lamul amri. And so this is kind of how we'll refer to these verbs when we're trying to distinguish. Lamul amr makes the word majzoom. What's our other lam? Li. That makes the word mansub. What do we call that? Mm-mm. The one that makes it mansub. Or like. Lam ta'lil. Good. So lamul amr and lam ta'lil look exactly the same. It's the i'rab that will help you figure out which one you're dealing with. Lam al-amr makes something majzoom, lam al-ta'lil makes something Mansub. Okay, the last piece to keep in mind with our lam al-amr is that when it has a fa or a wow attached to it, then the lam will become a sukun. So if I want to say فلتشرب or ولتشرب. That's all this is saying. When you have a waw attached or a fa attached, the lam will become a sukun. فلتشرب فلتشرب. So drink or and drink. Okay. Last one, and then we will wrap things up. Is what? What's our last harf that we need to go through?
In.
In. Okay, in is a fun one. In is interesting because it affects two verbs. In will affect two verbs. Literally, in means if. And it's used in a conditional sentence. Both. Right. Both the condition and the consequence will be made majzum. She stated a little bit differently. Both the if statement and the then statement will be made majzum. The conditional statement, the condition if XYZ in Arabic is called the shart. The consequence is called the jawab al-shart. So in Arabic, when this in is used, the conditional in, both the shart and the jawab al-shart will be made majzum. So only one harf, but it affects two verbs. Let's look at an example. Notice that in this one sentence, there are two majzum verbs. One that follows the in and then one that comes later on in the sentence. Notice that the second majzum verb does not have any harf, it does not have any thing attached to it. إن يدخل البيت تفرح أمه. If he enters the house, then his mother will be happy. Conditional statement. If, then. And both of those will be majzum. Everybody got in? Make sense? Shart and jawab al-shart. All right. So that is our majzumat. Lam, lamma, la, li, and in. Okay. Let us see what we have time for. Let's quickly look through the rest of the book in its section on majzum, just as we did last time. This is on page 47. This is just a recap of what we just covered, seeing if the book has anything that we missed. So, section on majzoom starts on page 47. Memorize al-huruf al-jazimatu lil-mudari'i along with their meanings, okay? In, if, lam, did not, lamma, not yet, wal, fal, and li, all three of these, I don't know why they list them as three separate things, but these are all one. The last three are all one thing. It's all just an offshoot of li, which could be should or command. Okay, note, in can sometimes affect two af'al and gives an if-then meaning. Covered more in detail later, which we just did. Lam gives a past tense meaning, did not, despite the fact that it comes only before a fi'al mudari'. That's kind of just a mental shift you have to make. Also know that lamma can come before a fi'al madi. In this case, it means when and has no effect on the fi'al. This is kind of like what Salma was alluding to earlier. Lamma, when it means when, can come before a fi'al madi and it has no effect on the fi'al. It does not have any i'rab change or anything like that. To change a fi'al mudari' or to majzoom, if it ends in a dhamma, change to a sukun, fine. If it ends in a letter plus, get rid of the noon. And the hunna and antunna forms always remain the same. Great. So we've got that chart here, which is pasted into our slides. Let's look here at some examples from the Quran. Take a look at the following examples and notice how the huruf affect the af'al after them. In tansuru Allah yansurkum. See, we have one verb affected, two verbs affected. The first is the majzoom of antum. The second is the majzoom of huwa. See how the first verb originally had a noon at the end. We dropped the noon to make it majzoom. The second verb originally had a dhamma. We changed that dhamma on the last root letter to a sukun. If you aid Allah, then He will aid you. Notice how there is nothing additional here before the second verb. There's nothing. It's just majzoom. That is our indicator of this word then here. This is something that some people get kind of tripped up. Do you have to put a sa or a fa or something like that? You don't have to put like technically this then is not translated in the English. You don't have any other additional harf you put. The fact that it is majzoom is making it give off that then meaning. All right. Next, lam yunazzil bihi sultana. All right, this verb is from a different verb form we haven't covered yet, verb form number 2, but we can still benefit from this. Ends in a sukun. This is originally huwa. Lam yunazzil bihi sultana. He did not send down any authority for it. Past negation. He did not in the past. Lamma yadhuqu adhab. This is originally adhabi. Here we can see that this was originally yadhuquna hum. Masculine plural. We drop the noon to make it majzoom. Lamma yadhuqu adhab. They have not yet tasted my punishment. What does that mean? That it has not happened in the present moment, but it will happen in the future.
Sheikha, can I ask, how do you know which lemma this is?
Based off of what effect it's having on the verb after it. If it is being used with a present tense verb and the present tense verb is majzoom, then it will always only mean not yet. So if it's being used with mudari' and that mudari' verb is majzoom, it will always mean not yet. But as we will see in the next example, it's going to be used with a maldi. When it's used with maldi, it does not mean not yet. It means when.
For already, what do you mean? Like, what is it? What do you draw? Yeah, there.
Because if you look at this verb in the Quran, this verse in the Quran, it's lamma yadhuqu adhab with a kasra on the ba. So some people might wonder where did the my come from? Why is it they have not yet tasted my punishment? You have this in the Quran frequently to keep the meter, or to keep like the there's not really a good English word for this to not make it sound like poetry, but to keep it all the verses ending the same. Lakum dinukum waliya deen. Originally it's wali dini, my religion, but to keep the meter, you drop the ya. So this is just an example of when you have these types of verbs that, like this is not majrur, which is the key. It's ending in a kasra to indicate that there was originally a ya there before, but it got dropped to keep the meter. Good. All right, couple more. We see here lamma being used with a past tense verb. وَلَمَّا قَامَ عَبْدُ اللَّهِ. And when the slave of Allah stood up. Notice that lamma is followed by fi'l maldi here. In this case, it translates as when and has no effect on the verb.
This is not
No, this is not Next, فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي. Originally, both of these was li yastajibu wa li yu'minu. But since we have those attached huruf here, the fa and the waw, we're making it into a sukun. فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي. Both of these were hum, or are hum conjugations. We drop the noon. So then they should respond to me and they should believe in me. This is an example of, you can see here how it's being used with the third person, and we're technically translating it as should as well. But is Allah encouraging people to believe or commanding them? It's a command here. So it's a little bit of a nebulous category. It's you can learn more when you study tafsir, but it's being used with third person, so it's technically translated as should, but you can understand that it's actually a command. All right. Great. Any questions on majzoom? Any questions on our majzoomat? Pretty clear? Majzoom, the majzoom huruf are fairly easier than the mansub ones I've come to realize with most students. So hopefully this should be not bad. So I will post these slides right after. You could look through some of these other examples that we have in the Quran here of both mansub and majzoom, seeing how they work. And then some reviews, some of these charts to do on your own time. We'll do some of these next week as well. And I believe the homework is already up. So it's kind of just what we did 2 weeks ago, but just now with majzoom. So you're going to be doing some charts and some sentences and all of that good stuff. Okay. All right. Any other questions before we wrap up? Yeah.
I'm curious how, if you were to look at the example for in Yazkun and Veta, what would you label as the shot? And what would you label as the field?
Yeah. So this would be the shart. And this would be the jawab. Jawab of shart. Just the verb. Yeah. Good. Any other questions? Yeah.
Could you add more practice ones like you did last time?
Yes. We'll have some more practice questions as well. Yeah.
Can we have another surf class on Fridays?
Oh yeah, you guys don't have...
Since you have office hours on Fridays, can we just make it another class?
That's not a question for me, but I can suggest that. May I ask why? Is it just for more practice?
Yeah, like this is just way more content than the 2 hours per week deserves.
Okay, I will bring that up, but at this point in time, you guys are still having your Friday class?
No.
It's done for the semester.
I'm happy to book all of your hours, but if everybody can benefit from it, then.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Because currently there is some scheduling conflicts for Fridays, just in seminary in general. So we'll see. All right. Any other questions?
Can you just go back to like the li real quick, when to use wal or fal? Does it, can you just review that one more time? Like summarize that?
Yeah, so it's not this fa and wow, it doesn't change the asl meaning of the lam at all. It still could mean should or command or whatever. What all this is saying is that when you do have a so or a then attached to it, it will make it into a sukun instead of the original kasra. That's all this is saying. So this lam right here doesn't have any other different meaning than what we already covered. All we're saying is that when you do have a letter attached to it, it's going to make it sukun instead of kasra. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and then we know we determine whether it's a command or encouragement, whether it's based on if it's like the third person or second person or first person, right?
Right, yeah. So the general way that you'll figure out the difference between command, encouragement, etc., usually will be based off of which person you are talking about. But I want us to be flexible in that understanding. It's not that third person will always be encouragement and never command. Sometimes these categories can mix. But generally speaking, yes, you'll look at the context, you look at the person.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty then. Okay, subhanallahi wa bihamdihi, subhanallahi al-azim, subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk, wa sallallahu ala khayri khalqika Muhammad, walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Camera working? I think she said at the beginning that she was having a problem with it. And that's never mentioned it again. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن استنى بسنته إلى يوم الدين. We had done drill 6, correct? We had finished drill 6. Yeah.
Yes.
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 Okay. And we had done drill 8, not done 7. I had asked you to do what, 10? You're like, what? Asked us to what? Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
10?
Yes.
Okay. We'll go back to the other ones. But let's start with drill 10. It says, drill 10, find the break in the chain, then translate the following sentences from Arabic to English. Okay. Rama, read number 1. إن ذلك الرجل ابن عمي. Where is the break in chain? Basically, Where's the break in chain, Grant?
It's after al-rajula.
Yeah, it's after ar-rajula. Basically, where do you get the harf al-nasb and the ism and then the khabar? Where's the separation? So it's after ar-rajula. It's after ar-rajula. What is the translation? What is the translation, Rama? Inna dhalika rajula ibn ammi. Yeah, indeed, that man is my cousin, or more literally, indeed, that man is the son of my paternal uncle, father's brother. Clear? Indeed, that man is the son of my paternal uncle. Clear? Inna is harfu nasbin. Inna is harfu nasbin. Ramadu dhalika. What is the i'rab of dhalika? Ismu ishara is the type of word it is.
No, it's the khabar.
Abdurrahman,
اسمه
ismu inna. Okay, give me more.
المقدم نعم. mistake.
Yeah.
Mistake. منصوب.
في محل نصب. Once again, ذلك is the ism of inna. It is the ism of inna. في محل نصب. Oh, who's here today? I think they have their phone on airplane. Jazakallah khair. Thank you guys for coming.
Guess they didn't do the homework.
I think they were trying to figure out who's smarter because Noor beat Amira the last time.
Don't worry about it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay, I'll tell you when it is. Inna dhalika rajula ibn ammi. So we said inna is harfu nasb. This is drill 10. ذلك is ismu inna fi mahalli nasbin. What about ar-rajula? Isa?
It's the musharun ilayh.
One more word.
Mansubun.
Musharun ilayh mansubun. Musharun ilayh mansubun. Nur ibn. Or you can pass to Mishal or Amira. Mishal or Amira. Because you all three are responsible for each other's activities. Quickly, pass it. Amira. What did she say? Yeah. The i'rab of it.
It would be the khabar.
خبر مرفوع. خبر مرفوع.
You don't have to say khabar in.
خبر إن مرفوع. خبر إن مرفوع. Technically.
Right.
Rama, Ammi. No, I didn't say my uncle. I said Ammi. Not Ammi. I just said Ammi. Michelle. طيب.
It's the mudafun ilayh of ibn.
It's the مضاف إليه of ibnu. Good.
It's the mudaf of me.
Yeah, and it's the مضاف of the ياء المتكلم, and then the ياء المتكلم would be a مضاف إليه في محل
في محل
جر. Good. One more time, guys. إن ذلك الرجل ابن عمي. Right? First of all, the break in chain is between a rajul and ibn. The sentence means, indeed, that man literally is the son of my paternal uncle, which we would just say cousin. Inna harfu nasb, ذلك اسم إن في محل نصب الرجل مشار إليه منصوب ابن خبر إن مرفوع عمي مضاف إليه as well as مضاف and the ياء المتكلم is ضمير متصل في محل جر because it's the مضاف إليه. Number 2, Isa, read the sentence.
إنه في غرفتكم الكبيرة تلك.
إنه في غرفتكم الكبيرة تلك, which means
Certainly he is in that big room of yours.
certainly he is in that big room of yours. Certainly he is in that big room of yours. Where is the break in chain?
Right after إنه.
Right after إنه. Good. Right after إنه. So Isa, inna, we would label it as
إنه is
حرف
حرف نصب.
حرف النصب. The ha, what type of word is the ha? Yeah, Michelle? Huh? ضمير متصل. ضمير متصل. طيب في محل
نصب.
في محل نصب because it's acting as the ism of inna. في, what's في called يا DJ? حرف جر. So therefore Abdurrahman غرفتي would be the مجرور. The kum, which is a ضمير متصل, it's acting as a grant مضاف إليه and it's في محل جر. الكبيرة رامة صفة, right? صفة, and then تلك is a اسم الإشارة, and then that entire part في غرفتكم الكبيرة تلك نور would be the, it's the متعلق بالخبر of إن. Number 3, Grant, read it.
أولئك أمهات رحيمات.
أولئك أمهات رحيمات. أولئك أمهات رحيمات. Bayan, where is the break in chain? After أمهات. طيب, where's the break in chain?
هؤلاء أمهات. هؤلاء.
What?
هؤلاء.
هؤلاء is a new one.
Oh, sorry. أولئك.
After أولئك, correct. The break in chain is after أولئك. What is the translation, يا بيان? أولئك أمهات رحيمات. Huh? Those are, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, those are merciful mothers. Those are merciful mothers. أولئك over here, obviously it's an ism al-ishara. If you were to give it a label, if you were to give it a label, Michelle, what label would you give it in terms of grammatically? أولئك. That is the type of word it is, but the grammatical label. You guys love to say ism al-ishara. Not everyone loves to say ism al-ishara at this point. Go ahead. مبتدأ في محل. مبتدأ is always in what state? Huh? Yeah, so مبتدأ أولئك would be مبتدأ في محل رفع. مبتدأ في محل رفع. طيب, أمهات.
أمهات is the خبر, and it's also this موصوف.
The what?
It's the, anyways, it's the خبر.
Yeah, it's just
مرفوع.
yeah, خبر مرفوع. It's nothing else besides that. خبر مرفوع. And Abdurrahman, رحيمات.
Is it what's
The other one, not the wasf. Say the صفة. The صفة مرفوع. It's the صفة of أمهات. Clear? Number 4. سلمى, اقرأي.
أولئك الأمهات الراحمات ذاهبات.
If you are reading, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Can't hear you. I'm thinking it's on our end.
Is it?
Is it on?
Was earlier.
We could hear the people.
Can you hear me now?
Muhammad Fardeen, can you try saying something? I just want to see.
Yes, Sheikh, I can hear her.
Okay. Then it's on my end. Okay. Brother Ahmed's coming anyways to fix the camera. Or yeah, so we'll fix the sound.
Oh, you can hear any of us?
Let's go DJ. Read 4. Muhammad Fardeen, if you can hear us, just give me a thumbs up. Yeah, you can hear us? Can you hear us? He's looking. Yes, okay, give me a high five. Okay, we'll take the high five. أولئك الأمهات الرحيمات ذاهبات. أولئك الأمهات الرحيمات ذاهبات. Where's the break in chain, yeah, DJ? After Ummahatu. Amira, where's the break in chain? After Ar-Rahimatu. After Ar-Rahimatu. The break in chain is after Ar-Rahimatu. The translation, bayan, is that's a run-on sentence, I think. Did you hear what Amira said when she said the break in chain is after Ar-Rahimatu? There we go. Those merciful mothers are coming or going. Sorry, those merciful mothers are going. Those merciful mothers are going. Ulaika, once again, Michelle, if you were to give it a grammatical label, you would call it في ومبتدأ في محل رفع. الأمهات نور.
No. It's the ism. No, مشار.
It's the مشار إليه, one more word.
مرفوع.
مشار إليه مرفوع. مشار إليه مرفوع. رامة الرحيمات. صفة, one more word. صفة مرفوع. طيب ذاهبات. خبر مرفوع. Once again, أولئك مبتدأ في محل رفع. الأمهات صفة مشار إليه مرفوع. الرحيمات صفة مرفوع. and ذاهبات خبر مرفوع. Let's go. عبد الرحمن, اقرأ number 5.
كأن الدنيا قريب والآخرة بعيدة.
كأن الدنيا قريب والآخرة بعيدة. Where is the break in chain? After dunya. And there's one more technically. Good. So there's 2 break in chains. One after ad-dunya and one after al-akhirah, right? كأن الدنيا قريب. It is as though or as if the dunya is near and the hereafter is far away, right? كأن, we would call it once again the harf al-nasb. Ad-dunya would be our ism of كأن. It's mansub, it's just that the word is muqaddarun. Good. Qaribun. Qaribun is what, guys? Khabarun of كأن, and it's marfu'un, right? And then waw is called, what's waw called, guys? Waw al-'athf or harf al-'athf. Al-akhirah. Now listen, al-akhirata, right, is ma'tuf. It's connected to. What's it called? It's ma'tuf. What word is al-akhirah connected to? Ad-dunya. Ad-dunya. Al-akhirah is connected to ad-dunya. So first period, the camera wasn't working. Unplug and plug the wire. Now the sound isn't working as well.
Like they can hear you.
They can hear me. I can't hear them.
You were saying Al-Akhirah is connected to Ad-Dunya?
Yeah, Al-Akhirah is connected to Ad-Dunya. You see how Al-Akhirah is mansub, right? Imagine كأن gets repeated twice. كأن الدنيا قريب وكأن الآخرة بعيدة. Clear? So for Al-akhirah, you would say it's ma'tuf. Ma'tuf, how's it spelled? Mim, ayn, ta, waw, fa. It's on the wazn of, anyone know? Maf'ul. It's on the wazn of maf'ul, right? Maf'ul is something that is done onto, right? So, wal-akhirah is ma'tuf ala ad-dunya. And ba'idatun is ma'tuf ala qareebun. Okay? Not always is what comes after the waw connected to the word that came before it. It's important. Not always what comes after the waw is directly connected to the word that came before it. It might be connected, like this example, to two words prior. So, كأن حرف نصب الدنيا اسم كأن قريب خبر كأن واو is called حرف عطف الآخرة معطوف على الدنيا and بعيدة معطوف على قريب. You have to bless this classroom every month.
This makes it look easy. Exactly difficult.
Okay. The next one. Let's go. Let's see. Salma, go ahead. Number 6.
Actually, I was gonna ask you, can you explain again harf al-atf?
Number 5, can I explain harf al-atf? Right. So harf al-atf, the idea is that it's a connecting letter. There's a number of them, but the only one that we've taken thus far is waw al-atf, right? And what happens after the waw al-atf? The next word that comes after the waw, it will carry the i'rab of the previous word, but sometimes it's not necessarily the word that came before the waw. It can be, in this case, for example, a word that came, or like 2 words prior, right? So I said the way to think of this is as if the sentence says كأن الدنيا قريب وكأن الآخرة بعيدة. And it's a way of basically kind of using the waw over here instead of having to repeat كأن twice, right? It's kind of more, it's more eloquent to kind of be shorter in your speech. And you can do this by simply just using the waw and not repeating كأن over here. That makes sense, Anna? Go ahead, number 6.
تلك الغرفة الكبيرة جميلة.
تلك الغرفة الكبيرة جميلة. Where's the break in chain?
After كبيرة, الكبيرة.
After الكبيرة. Good. And the sentence means?
That big room is beautiful.
That big room is beautiful. تلك, grammatically labeled تلك.
The مبتدأ في محل رفع.
Good. She said مبتدأ في محل رفع. Grant الغرفة مشار إليه مرفوع. عيسى الكبيرة صفة مرفوع. طيب جميلة خبر مرفوع. Number 7. Number 7 يا محمد فردين اقرأ.
الورقة الكبرى على تلك الشجرة.
الورقة الكبرى على تلك الشجرة. Where's the break in chain?
الورقة الكبرى. الورقة الكبرى.
Where's the break in chain?
الورقة الكبرى على. الورقة الكبرى على. That's the break in there.
Can you be more specific? You're just saying words.
Oh, after على.
After على. See, that's why I ask questions. After على.
Yeah.
After على. نور.
الورقة الكبرى على. Oh, على تلك.
الكبرى and على. Between الكبرى and على. Good. الورقة الكبرى على تلك الشجرة. Rama means? Yeah, technically it's the biggest. Al-Kubra is the feminine of Akbaru, right? So the biggest paper or the largest paper is on that tree. The largest paper is on that tree. Muhammad Fardeen, do the i'rab of the word al-waraqatu.
مبتدأ في محل رفع.
I know it sounds cool, في محل رفع, but you don't use it all the time.
Okay, sorry. Okay, مبتدأ.
Has a dhamma, so just call it مبتدأ.
Yeah, مرفوع. Okay.
مبتدأ مرفوع. مبتدأ مرفوع. أميرة الكبرى. Because it sounds cool, right? No. Remember, what side is it on? Is al-kubra on the side of mu'rabun or mabniyun? Huh? It's still be marfu'un, right? What category under mu'rabun is it under? It's muqaddar, right? Anything on that side, generally, you're not going to use anything that's mabniyun, you're going to use fi mahalli, right? So al-kubra is technically mu'rabun, so you'll say sifatun marfu'un, right? Sifatun marfu'un, right? It has a hidden dhamma, okay? Okay, ala, Michelle, is called حرف جر. بيان تلك. First of all, tell me what type of word tilka is over here. What type of word is it? Not what's it called, طيب? What type of word is it? Tilka. Type of word.
Just gonna go with Mushara and
على تلك. The musharun ilay is the alif lam word that comes after the ismul ishara.
Oh, it's the majrurun.
Yeah, but don't call it the majrurun. That's why I asked you what type of word is it. Yeah, what type of word is it? The thing that everyone's kept saying when I didn't want them to say it, but they kept saying it.
Ismul ishara.
Ismul ishara fi
mahalli jarrin.
Yeah, ismun ishara fi mahalli jarrin. Over here, you don't want to call it a majrurun because it's not a majrurun, like it can't be. You get it? So over here, you'll call it an ismul ishara and you'll say fi mahalli jarrin. Ismul ishara fi mahalli jarrin. And الشجرة bayan. The alif lam word that came after ismul ishara. Noor? The state? Okay. مشار إليه مجرور. Once again, الورقة مبتدأ مرفوع. الكبرى صفة مرفوع. على حرف جر. تلك اسم إشارة في محل جر. الشجرة مشار إليه مجرور. Okay. Number eight. Muhammad Mardini, read the sentence.
البئر عميقة.
البئر عميقة. Where is the break in chain? I mean, there's two words. I mean,
in the middle of them.
In the middle, right? البئر عميقة. What does the sentence mean?
The well is deep.
The well is deep. Muhammad, do the i'rab of البئر.
البئر is رفع.
What's the label of it?
مبتدأ رفع.
مبتدأ مرفوع.
مرفوع, yeah. And عميقة is, should I do that too? Or?
Yes, sure.
It's خبر مرفوع.
خبر مرفوع. خبر مرفوع. Good. Number nine, مريم خضر, اقرأي. خديجة اقرأي.
يداها كبيرتان.
يداها كبيرتان. يداها كبيرتان. Where's the break in chain?
Yeah. After يداها, her hand.
يداها. What does the sentence mean? يداها كبيرتان.
Her hand is big. Her hands are big.
Yeah, her two hands are big. Her two hands are big. Good. Noor, do the i'rab of yada. Mubtada'un. You sure?
Yes.
How is it showing that it's marfu'un?
With the alif,
Why?
it's a mudaf and it was made by
No, why is it using an alif?
a
Good, because it's a muthanna word. It's a muthanna word, so therefore it's using an alif, and then she added to the fact that the noon is missing because it's a mudafun word. Good. Amira's a little nervous. I'm joking. She feels you creeping up on her. Yada. Don't what? She will pass you by very quickly. Very quickly. Yada, good. So she said, Mubtada'un marfu'un. The way it's marfu'un is through the alif because it's a dual word. Amira, daha. Yeah, so tell us what type of word it is over here. There we go.
It's a ضمير متصل and
في.
في محل جر.
Good. No. Repeat all of that without any English words in between. No, I'm serious. Okay, now stop. Now the only thing that you're going to add at the end is you're going to tell us why it's fi mahalli jarrin, which is the role it's playing. Okay? So now you're going to repeat everything in Arabic. Yeah, one more time. That's exactly how you should say it. Say it back. Good. She said ضمير متصل, which means what? Which it is. في محل جر, in a position of jar. And then all she adds after that is she tells you why is it in jar position? What role is it playing? So she said مضاف إليه. Once again, ضمير متصل في محل جر مضاف إليه. Good. And then كبيرتان. كبيرتان, Grant. Yeah, خبر مرفوع. خبر مرفوع using an alif because it's a dual word. Number 10. Maryam Khidr.
بعض الكتب تحت تلك الأوراق.
بعض الكتب تحت تلك الأوراق. Where's the break in chain?
Between بعض الكتب.
That's an idafa construction. You don't want to put a break in chain in between an idafa construction.
الكتب and تحت.
Yeah, between al-kutubi and tahta. Between al-kutubi and tahta. What does the sentence mean? بعض الكتب تحت تلك الأوراق.
Some of the books are under these papers.
Those. Some of the books are under those papers. Some of the books are under those papers. DJ, بعض, do the i'rab. So all together. مبتدأ مرفوع. مبتدأ مرفوع. طيب الكتب.
It's
بعض
مضاف
الكتب.
إليه.
One more word.
مضاف إليه مجرور.
مضاف إليه مجرور. مضاف إليه مجرور. Selma, what's تحت called?
It's a special ظرف.
Special one. I think you took special مضاف and ظرف. You got special.
Sorry. Special مضاف.
It's a ظرف. It's a ظرف. Good. ظرف. Okay. Selma, تلك. Do the i'rab of تلك.
It's the مشار إليه
No, no,
محل مجرور.
no, it's not the
I'm
mushar.
sorry, the مضاف.
Just tell me what type of word it is. What type of
اسمه إشارة
اسم الإشارة في
محل جر.
Yeah, اسم إشارة في محل جر مضاف إليه. اسم إشارة, it's a pointer word, is in a position of jar and it's acting as the مضاف إليه. الأوراق Michelle. تلك الأوراق. Alif Lam word came directly after an Ism al-Ishara word. Tell me what state it's in. Huh? Majrurun. So, musharun ilayhi, majrurun. Musharun ilayhi, majrurun. Musharun ilayhi, majrurun. Guys, immediately when you see an Alif Lam word after an Ism al-Ishara, I need your mind to automatically think musharun ilayhi. Okay? And when you see a word that doesn't have Alif Lam after an Ism al-Ishara, then there's a good chance that it's the khabar. Good? Yes.
So does the order in which we say, like, whether it's state and then what role it's playing, because it seemed like with Amira, you wanted her to say
Yes.
the fi muhalli first.
Yes.
And then I think was the
yeah. So anytime we have those words, right? Technically, the role will come at the end. Technically, anytime we have a mabniyun word, the role it's playing will come at the end. Yeah. Anytime you have a mabniyun word, the role that it is playing technically comes at the end. Okay. So like, for example, I'll give you the examples that are here. Even number 3. I didn't do it then, but number 3, right? Number 3 says ulaika. Okay. We understand that ulaika is the first word in a jumla ismiya. Therefore, it is playing the role of a mubtada. Technically, what you would say for ulaika, you would mention what type of word it is, which is what? What type of word it is. Ismu ishara fi Ismu ishara fi mahalli raf'in, and now the role. Mubtada'un. Ismu ishara fi mahalli raf'in, mubtada'un. So anytime you have a mabniyun word, you want to mention what type of word it is. It could be an ismul ishara, right? That we've taken this for. Ismul ishara, a dhamir muttasil, or a dhamir munfasil. Okay? So it would be an ismul ishara, fi mahalli, whatever role is playing, or fi, whatever position it's in, and then the role that it is playing. Amira, you were asking or saying something? No? Okay. Anyone else? Okay, let's go back and do 9. We have not done 9, correct?
Correct.
Okay, this one says, all it says is draw a line at the break in the chain. Number one, yeah, Amira, read it. كأنهن الياقوت والمرجان. Where's the break in chain? After كأنهن. After كأنهن. Right? Yaqut are rubies and marjan are like pearls. So كأنهن الياقوت والمرجان, as if they are rubies and pearls. As if they are rubies and pearls. كأن, over here, we will label it as what? حرف نصب. حرف نصب. Abdurrahman, hunna. Do the i'rab of hunna. Okay. ضمير متصل في كأن كيم في محل نصب. And then the role that is playing. You did.
Oh no, that's not one.
ضمير متصل في محل نصب What طيب اسم كأن. Good. So هن is ضمير متصل. What's ضمير متصل mean? Attached pronoun. في محل نصب is in a position of نصب because it's the ism of كأن, right? Amira, you had a question.
Yes, so when we have Filipinos, and you wouldn't use like a detached pronoun for its ism, it would always be an attached. It would just attach it straight.
Mhm.
Yeah, could you just say that?
Attach it straight in the sense that, like, some of them get attached, like hunna, detached and attached is the same thing. But huwa, attached and detached are different.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't, what you said directly, that's why I don't. Huwa, you go ka'annahu. Yeah, you would not directly attach huwa to ka'anna.
Yeah, sorry, that's, yeah. You would
Use the equivalent attached pronoun. If it was a detached pronoun and you entered inna wa akhawatuha, you would use the equivalent of the detached pronoun. Yes.
This one kind of threw me off because you said the split is after ka'annahunna, and then following that is alif lam. And so I'm kind of confused on this one because I think every other time the split after the split
Yes,
was
is
suggested.
yes. So generally the khabar is nakira, right? And even like when it was giving examples of like or like look for, but one of the examples that it gave is after the harf al-nasb and its ism, after the harf al-nasb and its ism, which would be after ka'annahunna. But yes, over here you have an example of where the khabar is quote unquote ma'rifa, which is not the normal case. Number 2, Isa, اقرأ.
وأن الله مخزي الكافرين.
وأن الله مخزي الكافرين. Where's the break in chain?
After وأن الله.
After وأن الله. After وأن الله. The meaning is وأن الله, and that Allah مخزي الكافرين will disgrace the disbelievers. Will disgrace the disbelievers. I don't think it's like politically correct to say it. Oh, but وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ مُخْزِي الْكَافِرِينَ, that Allah will disgrace the disbelievers. This is technically, it doesn't sound like it, right? But it is technically an idafa construction. Once again, it's one of those that doesn't sound like it because there's like supposed to be like a before of, right? But in a way, if you wanted to like before of, after of, when you have idafa construction, like literally, and that Allah is the disgracer of the disbelievers. That's what the literal translation is. That Allah is the disgracer of the disbelievers, but you don't talk like that in English. Okay. Anna is harf al-nasb. The word Allah, Michelle, is came right after Anna. Ism of the word that came right before it, which is Ismu Anna, in the state that it's in. Yeah, so Ismu Anna mansubun. Ismu Anna mansubun. طيب, what about Mukhzi?
Where do you want me to begin? It's
the beginning.
It's the mudaf. It's also,
The mudaf is an irrelevant word.
It's the khabar anna.
Khabaru Anna.
Khabaru anna.
In the state.
Why is it judging?
It have to be marfu.
Is it
Huh?
Marfu?
Yeah, it's marfun. It is a muqaddarun word. It's a muqaddarun word, right? So it's khabarun marfu'un. Khabarun marfu'un. And al-kafirin is mudafun ilayhi majrurun. Number three. Let's go. Muhammad Fardeen, number 3.
وكلمة الله هي العليا. The break in the chain is وكلمة الله.
Where is it?
وكلمة الله.
After Allah.
I just tell me
Oh, okay.
where
Okay.
the break and chain is after.
Okay, I draw the line here. وكلمة الله. That's where I drew the line.
Yeah,
So,
okay, so it's after the word Allah. Just to be
yeah.
after the word Allah. Good. After the word Allah. Good. So he's right. It's after the word Allah. Now the phrase وَكَلِمَةُ اللَّهِ هِيَ الْعُلْيَا means the word of Allah هِيَ الْعُلْيَا. It is the highest. It is the highest. The word hiya over here, the word hiya is that concept that we learned yesterday, which is called ضمير الفصل. ضمير الفصل. Okay? That separation pronoun that helps distinguish as well as emphasize between the mubtada and the khabar, right? Technically, you could say وَكَلِمَةُ اللَّهِ الْعُلْيَا. The word of Allah is al-ulya, the supreme, the highest. But to kind of emphasize and to make that distinction, وَكَلِمَةُ اللَّهِ هِيَ الْعُلْيَا. The word of Allah is the highest, right? Because if you said وَكَلِمَةُ اللَّهِ al-ulya, there's another way of translating it, which would be, the highest word of Allah. Where you would have a phrase, the highest word of Allah. To help remove that ambiguity or confusion, you say وَكَلِمَةُ اللَّهِ هِيَ الْعُلْيَا. The word of Allah is the highest. Grant, what's the issue?
No.
No,
Well, at first I thought it seemed like Hia should have been after is, because the first time you translated it in English, it seemed like you put like
And the word of Allah,
it after is, but then
is the
when you
highest.
clarified, I understood it better.
Yes.
If you remove the hiya, you say it could be a phrase, would that just be a sifa for وكلمة?
It would be then, it could be a phrase or a sentence depending on the speaker's intention.
Yeah.
But if we look at it as a phrase, then yes, al-ulya would be a sifa for the word kalima. Rama, read number 4. فَإِنَّهُمْ غَيْرُ مَلُومِينَ. Where is it? After فَإِنَّهُمْ. After فَإِنَّهُمْ. And it means فَإِنَّهُمْ, for indeed they, غَيْرُ مَلُومِينَ, will not be blamed. غَيْرُ مَلُومِينَ, they will not be blamed. Hum is the ism of inna, غَيْرُ is the khabar, and مَلُومِين, غَيْرُ مَلُومِين is the مضاف إليه. Now this is an example. Of most of our examples. The mudafun ilayh has been ma'rifah. In this context, malumin is not ma'rifah, it's nakira, right? فَإِنَّهُمْ غَيْرُ مَلُومِينَ simply means indeed they will not be blamed. Number 5, Isa. تِلْكَ آيَاتُ الْكِتَابِ الْمُبِينَ. Where's the break in chain?
After tilka.
After tilka. Guys, if you haven't picked up on it, just to clarify, this whole idea of break and chain is helping you identify where is the separation of the mubtada and the khabar, or the ism of inna and its khabar, right? Where in your translation do you place the is, the m, or the r? Clear? That is the idea of break and chain. Break and chain is not an Arabic grammatical concept. It's just more of a translation thing to help you understand. He said after tilka. Tilka ayatul kitab al-mubin means?
Those are clear signs of the book. Those are the clear signs of the book.
Yeah, those are the clear signs of the book. Those are. Sorry, say it again.
Those are the clear signs of the book.
No. Al-mubin is a sifa for al-kitab.
Those are the signs of the clear book.
There we go. Those are the signs of the clear book. Those are the signs of the clear book. Those are the signs of the clear book. How would we say, Amira, those are the clear signs of the book?
Where clear would be a second word.
Yes.
It would be tilka ayatul kitabil mubin.
نعم. تلك آيات الكتاب المبينة. تلك Ayatul Kitab al-Mubinatu. So we would make mubin, we would make it feminine, right? Because it would be talking about ayat. And we would also change its state and make it raf'un. Tilka ayatul kitab al-mubinatu. Looking at it the way it is in the book, Tilka ayatul kitab al-mubin, we said, those are the signs of the clear book. Ya Rama, do the i'rab of tilka and start by telling us what type of word it is. Good. She said ismu ishara fi mahalli raf'in, in a position of raf. Mubtada'un, it's the subject. Ayatu nur. Yes, love certain terms. Musharun ilay. There's no alif lam. There's no alif lam. Musharun ilay will have an alif lam and it comes directly after an ismun ishara. Whoever took this question said the breaking chain is between tilka and ayatu. In that in itself is your answer. Khabarun marfu'un. There we go. Khabarun marfu'un. Bayan al-kitabi. Michelle? Ayatul Kitabi. It just changed states all of a sudden. Word is jar. Either it's preceded by harf jar or it's DJ. Mudafun ilay. That was a good save. Just mudafun ilay. Mudafun ilay majrurun. Mudafun ilay majrurun. Guys, anytime you see something change states like that, the word before it was nasb or rafa, right? And then all of a sudden the next word becomes jar, like automatically jump to mudafun ilay.
So say mudafun ilay, then majrurun.
Yes, yes, because this is a normal word. It's not mudafun ilayhi majrurun and al-mubini ya طيب.
متعلق بالقدر.
Huh? He's just obsessed with like weird.
If Surf really messes up with you, that's why Mira's way off. Surf had all it.
She hasn't been way off, by the way. She's been fine. Is متعلق بالخبر, just throw it out there random.
It's the sifa.
صفة صفة مجرور صفة مجرور. What did you guys take in sarf today?
Like 10 things.
Huh? حروف الجزم. Okay.
لما
لي اللام الناهية, did that get thrown in? Okay, yeah, because there's a second. You got okay. And so you took لم لما لام الأمر and لام الناهية. لي is لام, yeah.
And in.
Huh? And in. Okay, you did take in. Okay. You took all of them?
Yeah, in like 20 minutes.
First we took a quiz.
Oh, you take a quiz. Okay.
It's like if you took your 8 hours of the week and combined into 1 hour. That's what stuff is.
You guys understand lam lamma li?
Yeah.
Lam nahiya in? Yes or no? Be honest.
Because we never went over negative particles or prohibited particles, and so she went over that and then went over kind of like concept as well.
Okay. So you understand the same way you make a present tense verb mansub, right? So first of all, sorry, going back. How do you make a present tense verb mansub? That's normal. It doesn't end in a noon. How do you make a present tense verb mansub? Huh?
You just put fatha on the last letter.
Yeah, fatha on the last letter. Fatha on the lam of the, right? Fatha on the lam, right? So to make it jazm, what do you do? Sukoon. Clear? Right? If it's from the al-af'al al-khamsa, how do you make it mansub? Remove the noon. How do you make it majzoom? Remove the noon. That's you got to get. Does that make sense? Everyone on the same page? Fatha, sukoon, right? Or if it ends in the af'al al-khamsa, then you remove the noon. Which ones in both nasb and jazm don't get affected. The antunna and hunna conjugations, the plural feminine conjugations don't get affected, right? Then all you have left is essentially meaning, right? Lam is,
Negate the past.
yeah, negate the past. Negate the past using a present tense verb. Negate the past using a present tense verb. Okay. Len is len.
Will never.
Yeah, will never, or just a future negation. Len is a future negation. Sorry, why did I go len? Oh, yes, no, I was comparing between lem and len. Comparing between lem and len really quickly. Right? So lem is a negation of the past, but using a present tense verb. Wherein when you took in nasb, you took len, lam noon, which is negation of the future using a present tense verb. Good? Yes? That is, so going back, we did lam, mim, negation of the past using a present tense verb. Then there's lamma. What's lamma? Not yet, right? For example, if someone says to me, Tayyib says to me, Hal akalta? Did you eat? And I say, now possible answers. I can say, Lan akula. I will not eat. Meaning tomorrow, today, later. Lan akula. Right? The negation here is something in the future, depending on what I intend. But I can say, Lan akula. Okay? I can say, Lam akul. Lam akul, which means
I did not eat.
I did not eat. I haven't eaten. Or I can say lamma akul, which means
I haven't eaten yet.
yeah, I haven't eaten yet, which the first one or the one before lam akul means it's just a statement. Like I haven't eaten. That's all I'm saying. But when I say lamma akul, I have not yet eaten, it kind of leaves open that possibility and kind of even you could say indicates that it may happen in the future. Good? Then you had lam al-amr. Lam al-amr is the lam of command. So you haven't done with her command verbs, correct?
Correct.
Right? So you also have the lam of command, or you'll take that this is the lam of command, it attaches to a present tense verb, right? And translates as so-and-so should. Right? I think the book gives you like li, fal, wal, right? They're all the same. It's all the same lam. It's called lamul amr, the lam of command. It's just showing you that sometimes it connects to a fa, sometimes it connects to a waw, and sometimes not connected to anything, right? You said you have lamun nahiya. Lamun nahiya, which means the lam of prohibition, which I would tell someone like la taf'al, don't do it. La tajlis, don't sit down. Or if I was speaking to all of you, right? I said la tatakallamu, don't speak. La taktubu, don't write. Make sense? Did you guys learn the other lam? Other lam? Yeah. Okay. There's something called, so this one is called lamun nahiya. The lam of what? Prohibition. Nahiya is prohibition. Clear? There's also the lam of nafiya, which is negation. The lam of nafiya, which is negation, will come before a present tense verb and doesn't affect it at all. Just adds negation, but doesn't affect it grammatically. And it's negating for some. For example, if I told all of you and I want to tell you don't write, I would say, La taktubu, do not write. But if I was speaking to Sheikh Aisha and I said, how's the class, right? How's year one? And she said, for example, La yadrusuna. La yadrusuna. They don't study. La yadrusuna. Lam of negation over here. Clear? And then you also you said in, right? In is usually used. What do you guys take about in?
Has a second part to it.
A second part to it. Yeah, so it's conditional, right? And it will basically affect if the second part of it is a present tense verb, that it also be majzoom. So for example, if I told Tayyib, in tadhhab adhhab, if you go, I'll go. If I told Grant, in ta'kul akul, if you eat, I'll eat. Or if I told Isa, إن تدرس تنجح. If you study, تنجح, you will pass or succeed. Clear? So in is conditional. If its second part is a present tense verb, we will also make it majzum. So what was difficult about it?
What did you just say on all that? Could you repeat that?
Going back. Number six. Number six, read it, Abdurrahman. كأنك حفي عنها. Where's the break in chain? Yeah, between كأنك and حفي, or just after كأنك, right? And كأنك حفي عنها simply means as if or as though you are aware or familiar with it. As if you are aware of it, or as if you are familiar with it. All of these are taken from the Quran. The كأن is the harf al-nasb. The kaf, the role it's playing over here, is the ism of كأن. حفي is the خبر, and عنها is the, come on guys, you all were saying it earlier, huh? متعلق بالخبر. The عنها is the متعلق بالخبر. Good. 7, يا نور. Where is it? After ذلك. Good. ذلك جزاء المحسنين. يا نور means of those who do good. That is the reward of those who do good. That is the reward of those who do good. Simple sentence. ذلك Salma is what in the sentence?
It's the مبتدأ في محل مرفوع.
I was gonna let you pass if you said مبتدأ.
في محل رفع. Sorry.
Yeah, but now repeat the whole thing, and if you're gonna say that, then start by telling me what type of word it is.
It's an اسم إشارة.
Keep going.
مبتدأ.
No. اسم إشارة
في محل رفع مبتدأ.
There we go. ذلك اسم إشارة في محل رفع مبتدأ. اسم إشارة, it's a pointer word. It's in a position of رفع. It's the مبتدأ. جزاء, Michelle. مضاف إليه has to be in a state of jar. جزاء. خبر and the state. Good. خبر مرفوع. يا DJ المحسنين. بيان محسنين. طيب. مضاف إليه. المحسنين is the مضاف إليه. That is the reward of those who do good. المحسنين is the مضاف إليه. It's in a state of jar. How? Through what letter? Or through the yeah. Good. Number 8. يا أميرة. إنا معكم مستمعون. Where's the break in chain? Yeah. After inna. And the meaning is, Amira? Yeah. Indeed, we are with you all. Mustami'un technically means like to listen attentively, to listen very attentively, right? So indeed, we are with all of you. Mustami'un, listening attentively. Inna is what, guys? Harfu nasbin. Now there's an attached pronoun. Amira, how would you address that attached pronoun? Good. She said ضمير متصل, attached pronoun في محل نصب. اسمه إن. Okay. مع we know is what? ظرف. مع is ظرف. The kum over here is acting as a مضاف إليه, and ma'akum. Ma'akum, Nur. What's the word she's looking for, Michelle? Yeah. متعلق بالخبر مقدم. متعلق بالخبر مقدم. Therefore, مستمعون طيب would be
It's gonna be the khabar
of
khabar of inna, and it's the muakhkhar one.
yeah. خبر إن مؤخر مرفوع. خبر إن مرفوع مؤخر or مؤخر مرفوع. Good. Is this abnormal sentence structure or normal sentence structure? Abnormal sentence structure. Abnormal sentence structure. Technically, the normal sentence structure would be إِنَّا مُسْتَمِعُونَ مَعَكُمْ, right? But what is being emphasized over here is the ma'iyya of Allah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being with these people. So that gets emphasized. إِنَّا مَعَكُمْ, indeed we are with you. مُسْتَمِعُونَ is like an additional fact. Clear? Inna ma'akum. Indeed, we are with you. We are listening attentively. Okay, last one, and we'll take a 5-minute break, but I need you to pay attention here. You need you to pay attention here, please. Number 9. Ya Abdurrahman, اقرأ. إن الله عنده أجر عظيم. Where's the breaking chain? He said it's between Allah and عنده. Between Allah and عنده. Okay. Inna. What's inna called? Yeah. Harfu nasbin. The word Allah. Yeah, the ism of in. The ism of in. Grant. Indahu. Or inda. What's inda called? ظرف. And the ha is?
It is
ضمير
متصل في محل جر مجرور. Yeah, I said that part. مضاف إليه.
Yeah, ضمير متصل في محل جر مضاف إليه. Good. What role is عنده playing, Amira? He said متعلق بالخبر مقدم. Rama? Oh yeah, sorry, the next word, أجر. Amira, أجر. خبر مؤخر. نور. أجر. خبر مؤخر. Same thing as Amira. طيب. Same thing.
خبر إن مؤخر.
خبر إن مؤخرا. Okay, same difference. عبد الرحمن.
موصوف.
عيسى. Like the meaning?
It's definitely an idaf construction because it's not an idaf.
Mira, let me make your life easier. Huh? Now, they help? Okay, so do ajrun.
Oh, I read it. It's the cover.
That's what you said the first time.
No, it's not. No. Wow.
Huh? عنده أجر عظيم is a sentence. عنده أجر عظيم is a sentence. Right? So we have a sentence. We've had this before, right? a sentence within a sentence. Inna Allah indahu ajrun azim. Indahu ajrun azim means he has a great reward. He has or with him is a great reward. Indahu. That's why when all of you said indahu, when all of you said, what do you say? Guys say khabarun muqaddamun, right? Or sorry, you said muta'alliqun bil khabari muqaddamun. I knew that you guys were gonna say khabarun mu'akhkhar. But either way, indahu is متعلق بالخبر مقدم. It's just that how you're looking at it. You guys were looking at it as part of that sentence, but it's part of this sentence. Yes?
We can't see your screen.
Oh, it's not good. So I wrote عنده أجر عظيم, and then they picked up that basically عنده أجر عظيم. Can you see it now? Yeah. Is a sentence by itself, right? So عنده is متعلق بالخبر مقدم. أجر is مبتدأ مؤخر. عيسى عظيم is صفة مرفوع. And then عنده أجر عظيم. Can we give عنده أجر عظيم a title? Yes. Before we give it the title that you're thinking of, we're going to call it a جملة اسمية. Okay? Okay. Now, a جملة اسمية. Can you give an entire جملة اسمية? Can you give an entire جملة اسمية a state? Can you say an entire جملة اسمية is مرفوع منصوب مجرور? No. Can you say an entire جملة اسمية is مرفوع منصوب مجرور? No. So you'll just say the جملة اسمية is في محل رفع, because it's the what? It's the خبر of إن. Okay? عنده أجر عظيم, that nominal sentence is in the role of the khabar of inna. Good?
You would say jumla ismiya fi mahalli raf.
Yeah. If we get very technical, yes. We would say the nominal sentence, because the reason we have to do it is the entire nominal sentence cannot take a state as a whole. You don't do that, right? So the entire nominal sentence is a position of rafa, because it's playing the role of the khabar of inna. No, we say jumla ismiya fi mahalli raf'in khabaru inna. Good. Take a 5-minute break. You guys look like you need it. And then we have about 20 minutes or so. All right, let's go. Let's knock it out, guys. Number 10. Number 10. Noor, اقرأي. Number 10. قلوبنا غلف. Where's the break? Obviously. After قلوبنا. After قلوبنا. And the phrase or the sentence. قلوبنا غلف, right, means our hearts are wrapped, right? Our hearts are wrapped. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the context of Musa alayhi salam being given the Torah, right? Some people said our hearts are wrapped. This is right. Jumla ismiya mubtada, qulubu tanaz mudafun ilay, and ghulfun is the khabarun. Number 11, Rama. Wallahu mutimmu nurihi. Where's the break? After the word Allah. And wallahu mutimmu nurihi means Allah will, like you could say, perfect and complete his light. Wallahu mutimmu nurihi. Allah will perfect and complete his light. The word Allah mubtada, the word mutimmu khabar, nuri mudafun ilay, as well as mudafun, and the ha mudafun ilay. 12, ya Abdurrahman. Nahnu ansarullah. Where is it? After nahnu, and nahnu ansarullah means helpers. Helpers. We are the helpers of Allah. We are the helpers of Allah. Nahnu, right? Obviously, damirun munfasilun. It's in a position of raf'un. It's the mubtada. Ansaru khabar, and the word Allah is the mudafun ilay. 13, DJ. فهي كالحجارة. Where is the break? After فهي. After فهي. And it means فهي كالحجارة. They are like rocks. They are like rocks, or they are like stones. 14, Grant. 14.
وأولئك هم المهتدون.
وأولئك هم المعتدون. Where is it?
After أولئك.
Yeah, after أولئك. That hum over there is simply just a ضمير فصل, right? It's a separation pronoun, right? And the phrase وأولئك هم المعتدون, and they are the transgressors, or they are the ones who are the transgressors, right? And they are the transgressors. Once again, hum over here is separating between أولئك and المعتدون. Number 15, Salma. اقرأي.
وإن ربك لذو مغفرة للناس وإن ربك لذو مغفرة للناس على ظلمهم.
نعم. وإن ربك لذو مغفرة للناس على ظلمهم. Where is the break in chain?
وإن بعد after ربك.
After ربك. And the translation is inna rabbaka, which means,
and indeed your Lord.
Indeed your Lord. Ladhu maghfirah. What does ladhu maghfirah mean, Salma?
He, the one who forgives or possesses the forgiveness.
Yeah, technically, it's a way of saying that he's the one who forgives. Literally, the one who possesses forgiveness. So ladhu maghfiratin linnas is that he is, like you could say, like full of forgiveness for people. Ala dhulmihim, the usage of ala over here, ala is being used with the meaning of like despite. Okay, the usage of ala over here, it's used like this in the Arabic language. So ala dhulmihim is like despite their dhulmihim, despite their wrongdoing. So indeed, Allah is full of forgiveness for people, ala dhulmihim, despite their transgression, despite their sin. Inna would be titled or labeled as harfu nasbin. Rabba ismu inna. The kaf would be a mudafun ilay. It's a dhamir muttasil, right? The lam ladhu, that lam is just lam of emphasis, has no grammatical function. Dhu is what? Noor. Michelle, dhu. Okay, that's the type of word it is. What is its grammatical rule? Yes, that's you're right. That's the type of word it is. Dhu abun akhun. What role is it playing in the sentence? That's an irrelevant role. It's playing a more important role. Inna was harfun nasb. Rabba was ismu inna. The kaf was mudafun ilay. Dhu. What's dhu? Michelle. What's the major part of the sentence that's missing, guys? The khabar. That's why it's dhu and not the and not the, right? Because it's the khabar of inna. Dhu. Maghfirah. Maghfiratin. Ya bayan. Maghfiratin. Michelle. Maghfiratin. مضاف إليه مجرور, right? Then للناس is a jar and a majrur, right? Which is a متعلق بالخبر, which is a متعلق بالخبر, and على ظلمهم is another متعلق بالخبر. 16 يا خديجة. يا مريم خضر.
إن جهنم لمحيطة بالكافرين.
نعم إن جهنم لمحيطة بالكافرين. Where's the break?
After Jahannama.
Yeah, after Jahannam, right? And إن جهنم لمحيطة بالكافرين. Indeed, the hellfire is muhitatun over here, like means it will encompass بالكافرين. It will encompass the disbelievers. So indeed, hellfire will encompass the disbelievers. إن حرف نصب. بيان جهنم اسم إن. لا, the la in muhitatun is irrelevant. Muhitatun, Michelle. Muhitatun. It's in the state of rafa, which indicates it's the, over here, khabar of, the khabar of inna. And bil kafirin, طيب, we can just call it a
بالكافرين is the متعلق بالخبر.
متعلق بالخبر. 17 عيسى.
ولكني رسول من رب العالمين.
ولكني رسول من رب العالمين. Where's the break in chain? After ولكني. And what is the translation?
But I am the messenger from
a messenger.
A messenger from the Lord of the worlds.
Yeah. However, I am a messenger from the Lord of the worlds, or all created beings. Number 18, Abdurrahman, اقرأ. الحج أشهر معلومات. Where's the break in chain? Yes, between al-hajj and ashhurun. And al-hajj ashhurun ma'lumat means hajj. Ashhurun ma'lumat meaning hajj is during well-known months. Ashhurun is months, and ma'lumat that which is known or well-known. So al-hajj ashhurun ma'lumat, that hajj is during well-known months. Al-hajj would be the mubtada. Ashhurun, nur would be khabarun marfu'un, and ma'lumat would be sifatun marfu'un. Michelle, read 19. والسماوات مطوية. والسماوات مطوية. Where's the break in chain, obviously? Yeah, after samawat, right? The word مطوية means to be, for something to be folded. The verb in Arabic is طوى يطوي, means to fold or to wrap. So وَالسَّمَاوَاتُ مَطْوِيَّاتٌ. Allah is speaking about the day of resurrection, what will happen to the skies. So he says وَالسَّمَاوَاتُ, the skies will be مَطْوِيَّةٌ, they will be folded up. Number 20, Bayan. Ana Yusuf, obviously the break in chain is between Ana and Yusufu, and Ana Yusufu means I am Yusuf, right? يا طيب 21
هذا بلاغ للناس.
هذا بلاغ للناس. Where is it?
هذا and بلاغ.
No, this is بلاغ. Yeah, between هذا and بلاغ. Between هذا and بلاغ, right?
Yeah.
And بلاغ is a type of announcement in this context. So هذا بلاغ للناس, like this is an announcement to mankind or for the people. Yeah, this is a notification or announcement for the people. 22, yeah, Khadija.
Oh, sorry. 22. هما في الغار.
هما في الغار. Where is the break?
After هما.
After هما. And هما في الغار. Khadija, do you know what it means?
They are in like the cave.
Yeah, both of them are in the cave. هما في الغار. Both of them are in the cave. 23, Muhammad Mardini.
إنك ميت وإنهم ميتون.
إنك ميت وإنهم ميتون. Where's the break in chain?
After ميتون.
No.
Or actually after إنك.
After إنك, and there's a second break as well.
After وإنهم.
Yeah, so there's two breaks. This is essentially two sentences. إنك, first break. إنهم, second break. إنك ميت, which literally means indeed you are dead, but the context of it that indeed إنك ميت, indeed you will die, and indeed they will die. Clear? إنك ميت, indeed you will die, and indeed they will die. Yes.
So this is not wa of up.
This is waw al-ath.
Okay, I thought every time that you do the wow of up, you're taking from the previous state, and this one has its own harful nasb.
This one has its own harf al-nasb. So when you use the waw al-atf, like you're not forced to drop the. You can drop the like in this context, you can drop the inna wa akhawatuha, but you don't have to.
So just one more question. Is there any difference between just like wow, just conjunction, like where you're and this and that, and then this kind of wow where it's actually two different jumlatun ismiyatun together? Is that wow? Is it the same kind of wow?
It's the same wow.
Okay.
24. Joseph.
هي بيضاء لنا طيرين. Sorry.
هي بيضاء للناظرين. Where's the break in chain? Where's the break in chain, Joseph?
After here.
Yeah, after here. هي بيضاء للناظرين. This is talking about one of the miracles that Musa alayhi salam was given, that his when he put his hand to his side and then he drew it out, it was like illuminated, it was white, right? So هي بيضاء للناظرين, that it was white للناظرين, for those that were seeing or onlooking, right? بيضاء, I don't know if we covered this or not, but بيضاء, did we cover colors at all?
Yeah, it's on the pattern of
Yeah, I said colors are on the pattern of af'alu. So like black would be aswadu, right? And white would be abyadu, okay? That's the masculine version. The feminine version of them are on the pattern of, anyone know? Huh? There we go. Fa'la'u. Pattern of fa'la'u. Bayda'u. Fa'la'u. Bayda'u. Okay? So aswad, what's the feminine? Huh? Sawda'u. Michelle, green is akhdaru. Green is akhdaru. What is the feminine? Listen. Aswadu sawda'u. Abyadu bayda'u. Akhdaru. Drop the hamza. Get rid of the hamza. أبيض بيضاء. أسود سوداء. أخضر نور. أخضر. Good. أخضر خضراء. أخضر خضراء. طيب. Yellow is أصفر. The feminine is
Asfar would be Safra.
صفراء. DJ. Blue is أزرق. أزرق. What's the feminine? أزرق. أزرق. عبد الرحمن. زرقاء. أزرق زرقاء. Okay, so this is the feminine. The reason the feminine is used over here. Why is the feminine used over here? Amir, I'll answer your question, but answer mine first. Yeah, which is talking about yed, and the yed is feminine, right? So it's described as hiya, and then if you're talking about hiya being white, then you're going to say hiya bayda'u. What was your question, Amira? Yeah, later on. Believe me, you don't want to learn numbers. They don't like.
Maybe just do orange now. That would help. What is orange masculine?
I've only heard burtuqaliyun, burtuqaliyatun. Like.
Did it sound like wonder?
No, that's I don't know of any burtuq. They don't. Some of the colors are not on that pattern, right? Like for example, gray is ramadi, right? Or like pink is zahri, right? Purple, binafsiji, right? So there's some of these colors that are not upon these patterns. Bunniyun. Bunni. Okay, good. Guys, we're done with drill 9. So essentially, we do have drill 7. This is the last chapter. I don't know if you guys know. This is the last chapter in the book. There's drill 7. And then after drill 7, we have done... What have we done, guys? We have done 9 and 10, correct? Yes. So there's... What is that? Let me keep forgetting. There's 7 and then 11 through 18. And we're basically done with the book.
Then we're kids pretty much after that.
Muftis. Last month was Sheikh. So at the end of September was Ustad. At the end of October, the Sheikh. And if we make it to next Thursday, which is spring break, right? It's Mufti Diyar, like Mufti of the entire land. Okay. Let's do this because we're running. Give you some easy homework. So 7, let me see, 11. Ooh. Okay, guys. Drill 11. Drill 11. Drill 11. Do it for homework. I won't check it. You don't have to turn it in. But if you spend time on it, it usually reflects on your test score. It doesn't. Fact of life. Drill 11, okay? Try to do as many of them as you can. If you honestly get stuck on one, like Sheikh, I got stuck on all 20. Try to do as many you can. If you get stuck on one, just move on, right? Or get one of it that you can. But all of these are using words that, that you have had in your vocab. Number 19 always is weird. Number 19. That is his new wolf. I'm like, what? What's let's see. Let's put it on time. Abdul Rahman. That is his new wolf. That. Ba'id.
So that
Uh-huh.
ذلك ذئبه الجديد.
Good. One more time.
ذلك ذئبه.
Good. ذلك ذئبه الجديد. ذلك ذئبه الجديد. Rama, what about 16? That's two people. I wouldn't use a plural for two people. عالمتان. Yeah, I would use عائشة وزينب عالمتان. عالمتان. Which one did we take? We didn't take alimun. Alimun technically wasn't a vocab word. I've used it before in one of the charts, but I haven't used alimun, right?
For number 16, do you have to, like, for names, like Aisha's a feminine name, do you have to add a ta at the end, even though it's already feminine?
Are you talking about the name or the knowledgeable part?
The name.
Yeah, no, so the ta over here is not like to indicate femininity, but rather that the ta is actually part of the name. So the name is Aisha too.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But not for Zainab. You don't.
No. Zainabu. The ta in Aisha, right? That's why technically when it's said properly, it's Aisha, right? There's becomes a ha, but the ta in Aisha is part of the name. Okay. Yeah, do 1 through 20. Do 1 through 20, inshallah. Then we'll go from there. Basically, we have tomorrow and then next week. Then you guys have like, yeah. I mean, it's not a week, just a week. It's actually, you guys have Friday off? So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday plus the week. It's 10 days. It's a lot of time to forget stuff.
And we come back for 2 weeks.
No, you come back for 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's when everybody dropped out.
I think that already. I think that already took place. Today. Today. Why would you start that? Why would you start that? Tomorrow they're not going to be here, and then like.
Oh, the women are numbered. Wait, the women are going to outnumber the men in the South Fire.
1, 2, 2, 3. Online is 3-2 right now. Online is 3-2. Online is 3-2. No, actually, sorry, it's not. The more sisters online too. All right, please spend some time. صلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.